Yo, you know what? Serif fonts have a place though.
I know, in the print world.
Yep. It's interesting. Like as soon as I like we started saying that, I went to like the New York Times or like Washington Post, um, literally like straight up journalism websites. Like it still looks good, man. Like all white background, all black text, just the right font size. It'll make an article feel really important.
Yeah, man. You know what else I had to fix in that file that I picked up from another designer? Was all the black text on white background.
Woo!
Text, white background. Man, it was like, I'll show you what that was like. It was like this.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
I couldn't handle it, man. So I went with a lot of grays. That's how you know I'm a designer.
Yo, gray! Shout out to gray, man. I feel like black and white as like a color and an interface. Like those are colors that you have to use with intent because they're heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's a balance, right? Because and then you have to take accessibility into account too, right? Our products have to be used by people of all, of all varying abilities. Um, so, we can't use too light a gray, even though, man, some of those light grays look so good on some on some lighter background. But
Mm-hmm.
if it's not enough contrast, it's not going to pass accessibility tests, and you got to keep that. You got to keep it contrasty,
Yep.
but just not black on white. That's just no, no.
But you know what I like though? White on black.
Mm-hmm.
And you know
That,
why? I,
well,
s- I used to not do it. When I was in college, my design teacher pretty much he was like, you never use all black or all white. Like if it's all zeros or all Fs, the hex code, run away. Like just don't do it. And and so I was on a high horse about that a little bit until I got my Google Pixel and I got that OLED screen
oh yeah, yeah.
and that changed everything, man. And so um, I find myself using like black all the time, like for different reasons. Like I hardly ever like I'll use like a dark black, like I'll use black to like maybe like as a shadow effect or something like that. But I'll absolutely use it because like when all you can see is like that text on the screen, man, the contrast is perfect and it saves your battery. And
Yeah, yeah. OLED screens and like real dark mode. Woo,
mm, it's a
that
beautiful
stuff
thing, man.
pops. But yeah, I'll take and dark mode's another thing, man. Like I know that it's probably not like I've seen some solid arguments that for dark mode being garbage. And I understand in some that there are some logical reasons for it, but at the end of the day, dark mode all the things.
What are
I live,
some like what
I
are
live in
some
dark mode.
I use light mode occasionally on some things. Usually on apps that I want to stick out, but like only with intent. Like I usually do dark mode. But what are some cases you think that like for someone that thinks dark mode is trash, why would you think so? Why would you think they would think so?
Because I think it ends up. I think a lot of times it ends up being too contrasty, um, and so if you're reading a lot of text, that can be a little tough on the eyes. I mean, you ever look away from a screen of text and you get you can still see the lines of text in front of you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, so that's an issue. And then like I notice it when I use uh, like my the browsers are in dark mode. The browser tabs, your active tab has a shadow behind the active tab to make it kind of stick out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of hard to see behind, in dark mode. You don't see those. It's harder to see layers in dark mode.
Oh yeah, you're definitely right about that. Yep.
So, I mean, you take the good with the bad, though. Like I said, I'll dark mode all the things.
Yep. I agree. Especially considering like I wonder if that has anything to do with just like PC like device nerd tech culture in general and like you know a lot of people use these devices like in dimly lit areas and
Hmm.
especially when like if you're like a content creator or like an artist or something some a writer or I don't know, even if you just are reading articles or whatever, like so much of that time is spent doing that in the dark or something that's kind of sensitive to like super bright lights. Like who wants like super bright lights all up in their face all the time? Like nobody wants that.
Yeah, I mean, and our phones all have night modes now with the to take the blue out, um, and so that helps a lot for looking at a bright screen in a dark room, dark space. And I know, like I'm sitting here at my desk, right? I've got this 34-inch ultra wide monitor. If I have white spanned across that monitor, it's like blinding.
Right.
Um, in the day, it's not so bad because there's a window on the other side of my monitor, so I can get a bright room. But in the dark, damn, it's bright.
You know what? Like I wonder if like light modes weren't so like offensively bright white, like if we just kind of, you know how like with people like a really solid dark mode doesn't use black, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
uses soft grays or dark grays.
Right.
Like it's surprising you don't see that more in light modes. Like light modes just have to use white. Like it's so
Mm.
fucking bright.
Yeah, like Google went that way with their big Gmail update that came out a little while back. It was everything just went stark white. I'm like, I get it. It like from a design standpoint, it looks nice. It's crisp. It's clean. It's when you have that stark white, it's easy to throw a pop of color somewhere and really grab someone's attention for something in particular.
Mhm.
But damn, it's bright. Yeah, Captain Tidbit said eyeball burning. God
Yeah.
damn right.